Hello and welcome. This is the winning battle from the best tier 5 or lower match contest that I held for week 2. For week 3, the 2 replay contests are still going on. If you want to know more, then click on the link in the description of the video to go to the forum thread. Anyways, the winning match was given to us by Garanthor in the tier 5 Japanese battleship Hiei, which is the ARP version of the tier 5 Kongo. Anyways, this match is on the map Solomon Islands, and our hero Garanthor decides to head towards the A-cap with the Kongo, because you can actually fire over these islands pretty nicely. He fired the first shot of Hiei really far away, because look at the range of the Hiei on this map. Like, it's really... You encompass pretty much the entire map. You just need good aim. And the first shot even did a fire. Okay, now he realized that he fired Hiei and then swapped back to AP. At least that's what I imagine happened, because he suddenly put his guns on cooldown without actually firing the guns. Anyways, he's seeing a Königsberg Cap B, and his team isn't in a very good spot to stop that. And it seems there's another Phoenix and a Svetlana and a St. Louis that are helping there. The thing with this map is that it's fairly small, so all kinds of things can happen. Okay, those shells went a bit high, rather unlucky. Usually people don't go to A, people often go to B and C, so Garanthor's positioning might not be the best one to actually fight many enemies, but then again, we don't know. Maybe there are some enemies lurking here behind this island. He's supported by 2 cruisers, so it's okay. That Nicholas was barely moving, so Garanthor decided to take a shot, but then it seemed the Nicholas started moving again, which means that the shot might not be the best one. Oh, never mind. Actually, that's a pretty good one. 3 hits on a destroyer. The overpens deal 3000 damage. That's like 25% of the Nicholas' HP. Oh, and it seems that they found some enemies near the A-cap. That was a battleship, but there's still action at B, so because there's a Phoenix with a destroyed engine, Garanthor decides to take another shot. He probably isn't too sure of how he should fire the guns there. Neither am I, actually. So I think what he did was really nice, that he shot one by one. And it worked out. He got the Citadel hit and sank a ship. Anyways, it seems there's a destroyer ahead, because the smoke and torpedoes came in. And oh, that's 2 destroyers, Minakaze and Nicholas. It's kind of difficult to fire at the moment, because his secondaries even will sometimes hit the friendlies here, because of where the Königsberg was. He did fire AP full broadside, and you should definitely fire AP in this situation, because, you know, he had AP loaded. He managed to dodge all the torpedoes. Unfortunately, his friendly cruiser didn't. The secondaries all focus on that one Minakaze, and the thing with Minakaze is that she is the last destroyer tier where torpedo reload is super short, so it's important to take them out early. Anyways, next shot on the Nicholas. Another AP shot. Only 1 shell hit, but that's only the back guns. Front guns hit another 3. No, actually 4. 3 overpens though. So I think, I mean, that did a total of 4000 damage. That's a really respectable amount of damage. You don't need HE to shoot destroyers with battleships. AP is fine. You might just need a few more shots than normal, but it can still deal massive damage in just the overpens. Anyways, this Nicholas probably won't survive for too long. She could have survived if she had left one earlier, but she for some reason turned around to come back, and now she's just dying to overpenetration damage. Because, I mean, 1000 HP for a destroyer is a significant amount. Overall, the game's going pretty poorly for Garanthor's team, because, you know, I mean, yes, they killed the Nicholas, but they are 5 ships down, the enemy team is only 3 ships down. His team does have A though, and I mean, they hold B, but it's being contested. And the enemy team has B, and is probably... Actually, no, I don't know. It depends on what they do. Anyways, the Hiei and an Arkansas are coming towards A. It seems the Svetlana that was at B is leaving. But because Garanthor is here alone with just the St. Louis, I imagine he doesn't want to fight too much with these guys until they actually threaten the cap zone. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless to, you know, risk your life for no good reason. The enemy here shot guns in return. Let's see how it goes. Oh, and he didn't lead enough. Although, let's be fair, Garanthor shot on the enemy here did even less. I think he shot the here, right? Or the Arkansas, which would make it even worse. Whatever. I think the better target is the here as well in this situation, because she is showing broadside. Okay, I think these shots should be pretty good. Whoops. Yep, I mean, penetrations, normal penetrations. I mean, it might not be the best one, but it's something. Unfortunately, they focused mostly, or at least the Arkansas mostly focused on the St. Louis. So the St. Louis did go down. So now he is alone against the here, in his here, and an Arkansas. And they are both rather full HP. Wow, and he actually already has Confederate. 8 minutes into the match. Okay, he has he has Confederate. He has already done his fair share. Unfortunately, he needs to do more because they have lost 7 ships. The enemy team has only lost 5. And the only one to be able to fight off these 2 battleships at A is him. So he has to pull this out of a hat. Ah, damn, that just didn't go well. And the Arkansas is firing HE, which might be a good idea, because the Arkansas is the lower tier ship here in this fight. And I mean, with battleships HE, you can set fires fairly easily. I think the next shot Garanthor is going to take is on this Arkansas, mainly because, well, she is showing broadside. It was a fairly decent shot at first. Oh my god! Oh, that Arkansas got a bit unfortunate detonation. Wow. Only 2 guns fired and 30-something thousand damage. It's like a high-tier match. But yeah, it was a detonation. So, now this is a close-range Hiei duel. Let's look at this. The gun depression isn't enough to shoot at the citadel. So, they pass by each other really quickly. Now, let's see. I'm gonna tell this. If you do a close-range duel, play it like Garanthor. Look at how Ori, with the Hiei, is turning towards Garanthor. He's showing broadside to be able to fire all the guns, but because Garanthor was going straight ahead, Garanthor didn't give a good target for citadeling. But now Garanthor is shooting back again, and did a whole lot more damage because Garanthor didn't show Ori broadside while Ori fired, whereas Ori did show broadside to Garanthor. So remember, if you do a battleship close pass like this, the one to start turning first to show broadside usually loses because the other guy still hasn't fired his guns, so he gets a better shot. By the way, the reason why you see the aiming to be so low is because when you watch a replay, you don't watch the spot that he directly aims at. It shows the spot that's corrected, and that's usually a really good spot to fire at, because if you're really close range, you kinda need to aim low because your shells have a really flat trajectory. Although I'm not sure if you need to aim that low, but more or less something like that is good enough. But now, because the close pass went so well for Garanthor, I think that he... well, not think, he definitely has a massive advantage in this fight. Unfortunately, Now you notice that his team has lost 11 players. The enemy team only has lost 7. So it's 1 against 5. Oh, damn, this is bad. Such nice... He played so well. And this is how his team rewards him. And he still couldn't finish off Ori. Damn, Hei's are tough sometimes if RNG doesn't work in your favor. Now he just needs to make sure he loses as little HP as possible in this Hiei fight to finish Ori off, and to make sure that he doesn't lose A, otherwise it's over. His team has already lost B and C, although they did hold it for a while here. Okay, and I think this final shot should finish Ori off. Okay, excellent. Garanthor is now at 14,000 HP. He had to use damage control party because he was set on fire. So now Myogi is coming in with 31,000 HP from B. Luckily his team still has the points advantage because they did hold most of the caps for quite a while here. But it's still 4 ships that he's up against. It's Myogi, Wyoming, Königsberg and then Isokaze against the Hiei with 18,000 HP. And the Hiei already has done so much damage that first salvo, 4 hits, but everything bounced off the armor. It's gonna be a difficult fight. Luckily though, the Myogi is one of the weaker tier 4s in direct confrontations at short range because she only has 6 guns. Not to mention 4 of which are currently pointed away. But the Myogi is firing HE, probably because she doesn't think she can penetrate Hiei's armor, and because of the way Garanthor plays, that is probably true. Garanthor did get a nice 12,000 damage salvo, no citadel hits though. And the Myogi still keeps firing HE. By the way, Garanthor is using premium consumables, premium heal, premium damage control party. This would enable him to heal immediately right now, but because he knows that he is going into a close range fight with this Myogi, he is likely to be set on fire again with secondaries or the primaries because this Myogi keeps firing HE. So Garanthor now needs to do front penetration, like a really good front shot. Come on, come on, oh, excellent. That fire is good from the secondaries. Okay, because the Myogi is turning, Garanthor probably figured, okay, let's just wait for a moment. But I think he fired maybe a tad too early. He couldn't get the citadel hit off of this. So this means that, well, he was set on fire again by the secondaries and he is in a close range fight with the Myogi. Luckily, the Myogi didn't go for a ram, that one would have sealed the deal. So, oh, it seems one of the enemies actually expired, the Königsberg, either to fire or flooding or something. But anyways, Garanthor does manage to take out the Myogi, so now it's the Wyoming and the Isokaze left. The Wyoming is in the B cap, which Garanthor probably can't take for quite a while because he only has 11,000 HP and he has run out of heals. There is a bigger threat coming in though, it's that Isokaze over there, 5.5 kilometers. Luckily the Isokaze is within detection range at the moment. If the Isokaze had smoked a bit earlier actually, she could have always remained outside of detection range and been a much bigger torment. Oh my god, 2 fires and Garanthor's damage control party, 20 seconds. Ooh, a whole minute of fire, 2 fires, that would have been a definite death sentence. Luckily, he uses premium consumables, so he can put the fires out in 5 seconds. If he survives that long, of course. 18,000 HP, 1800, 1200. Okay, damage control party up, and 700 HP left. Okay, he now has 700 HP. 703, no heals. No damage control party either. There's an Isokaze here. He has AP loaded, which is okay, I guess. Okay, Isokaze came out. AP is fine. Shoot to kill before they kill you. Excellent. Garanthor managed to take out the Isokaze before she could fire her guns. I think the guns would have been the deadlier part than the torpedoes, although torpedoes would have been deadly, of course, as well. Luckily, the Isakaze did not manage to drop torpedoes, and this gave Garanthor Kraken Unleashed. So, now the situation is that there's 4 minutes left. It is a Hiei with 703 HP piloted or sailed by Garanthor against a Wyoming sailed by a guy named Beragret. The Wyoming was last seen at B. Now the question is, where is the Wyoming going? Because Garanthor definitely cannot afford to do a fight. Luckily though, the game ends in 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and Garanthor still has A. And if you think about it, this says that holding an area gives you 4 points every 6 seconds. So, because the enemy team holds 2 points, and Garanthor holds 1 point, the difference is 4 points every 6 seconds. The red team gains 4 points every 6 seconds. 3 minutes means 180 seconds. This means 30 ticks of this 6 seconds, so that means plus 120 points. 720 plus 120 points equals 840 points. That means, and because his team has 876 points, that means if Garanthor can just not find the enemy, then he will win the game. He does not need to engage the Wyoming at all. The Wyoming needs to kill Garanthor, or sail into the A cap and cap it, otherwise Garanthor's team will simply win. Because the Wyoming was last seen at B, he is obviously not going into A, so the only chance the Wyoming has is to come out and kill Garanthor. So at this point, Garanthor's best course of action is to simply sail as close to this island as possible, because if the Wyoming comes from that side, he has to go around this corner here, and if he comes from this side, he has to come around this corner here. Hopefully he doesn't come here, but who knows how it goes. So the best course of action for Garanthor is to simply sit here, hope for the best, and wait. Because that is all he can do. Remember again, 4 points every 6 seconds because the enemy team has 1 cap advantage, so it gives 4 points every 6 seconds to close the gap. The gap is now at something like, what is this, 844, that's 56 plus 28. That's 84, but with only, what was that, 80 seconds to go, that is not enough. That they can't close the gap in time. In this 1 minute that is left now, the enemy team will gain 10 ticks, that is 40 points, and 40 points on Garanthor's team's points. But at that point, it'll be too late. It doesn't, like, they can't make up the difference in time. So, yes, Garanthor played incredibly well. Oh, and we can see the Wyoming, and he went over there. And Garanthor getting close to this island was literally life-saving. He can spot him because of the plane. That's why. The spotting plane is pretty amazing, although fighter planes, in my opinion, are even better at this. All Garanthor needs to do is just not get hit. And this Wyoming just lost. Sorry, Beragret. You might have played well, but not as well as Garanthor, and he definitely deserves this win. And timer's ticking out. Congratulations, Garanthor, for your 200 diamonds. I think it was 200, right? I hope I didn't misspeak right now. So guys, capping wins games, and that's what you just saw. Garanthor played the time really well. Evidently he didn't quite know whether they would win, but the math was there, and it definitely said they should win, and they did. Also, I hope everyone understands why I picked Garanthor's match to be the winner for the best free play in a tier 5 or lower match for the second week. So, he did have some fine for dealing some damage to allies. I wonder if it's secondaries or primaries. You know, earlier when he shot over that Königsberg, I think. Anyways, he got 278,000 credits for a tier 5 battle. in a tier 5 battleship, 2500, okay, 2600 experience. He got a solo warrior because he fought against 5 enemies alone and he won the match. And it's not one of those weird ones, he definitely deserved it. He fought tooth and nail for it. He also got Confederate and Dreadnought, of course, considering what crazy stuff happened. And he also got Kraken Unleashed, barely though. A devastating strike and high caliber. 84 shell hits on target, that's a decent result in a Hiei, or Kongo, I guess. 5 ships destroyed. So, like I said, barely Kraken, although I think he did do a fair share of his damage. 3 fires from secondaries, 2 citadel hits, which is the very surprising part. He definitely didn't get many citadel hits, but I mean, he played really well. Really, really, really well. Whether it's luck or not, he played well. He got 6 base defenses, which was a really good defense at A, and he assisted the A cap. So, in the team score panel, he was number 1, obviously, with 2596 experience. His number 2 was an Omaha, which also had an actually respectable result. 1400 experience in a tier 5 ship is good. Everyone else on his team was rather mediocre though, and I guess that's what led to the game being this incredibly close. Garanthor had to fight really hard. I mean, he had 703 HP for the last, 4 or 5 minutes of the game, if not even longer. Yet he killed a ship and then survived. This is really well played. Some incredible luck, but what I really liked about this match was the Battleship duel. When he fought the Hiei and they did the close pass, he played it so much better than the enemy Hiei, because the enemy Hiei showed him broadside first, while Garanthor kept sailing until the enemy Hiei shot his guns, and then Garanthor turned and shot. And this gave him such a massive advantage, and I really liked seeing that. And, well, when you put it into the context of everything else as well, Garanthor just played it well. Like this, yes, it had luck involved, etc. But he also had points here where he just showed really skillful play, at least in my opinion. So in the detailed report, you can see that he did 195,377 damage in a tier 5 battleship. Almost 200,000 damage in a tier 5 battleship. This is some crazy, crazy damage. Although, let's be fair, something like, I mean, he did fire HE on that first salvo, which actually ended up doing 7,500 damage. So that's a pretty good one. But overall, he played this so incredibly well. And I do wish I had more teammates like Garanthor. And I would get more submissions like Garanthor's match, because I really like this one. So thank you very much, Garanthor, for submitting it, and congratulations for winning the second week's tier 5 or lower best match. Although, let's be fair, this one would hold up against pretty much any tier ship. Like, the match itself was just this good. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, and thanks for watching.